Thompson is making a name for himself in his sophomore season, not just as an electrifying athlete, but as one of the most promising two-way players in the NBA. His defensive instincts and athleticism are already at an elite level, and with the steady offensive improvement, which we've already seen this year, has the potential to be one of the best two-way stars in the league and potentially ever. Obviously, we know the Houston Rockets have had a wondrous start to their season, the number 2 team in the highly touted Western Conference, and they are seeing some success earlier than a lot of us anticipated. Very recently, I've had a couple conversations with friends and basketball fans alike about the direction and where I think the Rockets can go, not only this season's postseason, but also in the future. And one of the main things that I realized I caught myself saying and just essentially believing, Thompson can very easily be the third guy next to Alperen Sengun and Jalen Green, and maybe in some instances the second option above Jalen Green. Of course, this will come with a developing offensive game, and while we have seen his offense improve this season significantly, there is still a ways to go, not only for him, but for the other young players on their team like Jalen Green. Is one of those guys that has the leaping ability of a Derrick Jones Jr., but the skill of other players across the league that can be culminated to being one of the best players we've seen in a very long time on both ends of the ball, ergo Kawhi Leonard. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, welcome back to the channel. But a vast majority of you guys are not subscribed by way of my analytics. So, like I said, make sure you subscribe. It takes all of 2 seconds. It helps the channel out. And if you like the video, why not stick around for more videos like it, because we ain't changing our content anytime soon. Now, just to get to know you guys a little bit more, because obviously 90% of you are new to the channel, drop below in the comments what your favorite food is. I'm gonna shout some of you out in the next video. And hey, if it's a food that aligns with my food, I might just send you $1 on Cash App. You never know. Add your Cash App too. But anyway, with the intro out the way, let's hop into the video. Defense has always been Amin's calling card, and he's wasted no time proving why. He's standing at 6'7" with a 7-foot wingspan and has the size, elusiveness, quickness, and instincts, which is probably the most important attribute here, to guard multiple positions. It's not just about his physical tools, it's how he employs them. Amin ranks among the league leaders in both steals and blocks, and this is an almost unheard of feat for a guard just this young in his career. He's averaging an astounding 2.5 steals per game, ranking 4th in the league, and just under 2 blocks, which is 6th amongst guards. His quick hands and anticipation allow him to disrupt passing lanes, create turnovers, and it often leads to transition opportunities for the Rockets that he's able to finish his damn self with his amazing leaping ability. It's very valuable to have a guy at the forward position who can double as a rim protector and a point of attack defender. In this NBA, oftentimes we see a guy who can be elite on the perimeter, but not so much in the paint. Therefore, we see him pass him down to the big, who is usually that rim protector. But with Amin, his elite ability allows him to be the best point of attack defender on his team, while being able to be that sticky substance that stays with you on the way to the cup and sending your shot back to where it came from. His rim protecting ability is absolutely amazing to me. His athleticism is bar none, and his blocks aren't just blocks. They're sent to like the 3rd and 4th row, and they remind me a lot of the Zion Williamson blocks we saw when he was in high school and in college, terrorizing teams with his athletic ability on the defensive end. Of course, if you've been with the channel long enough, you understand the kind of correlation we make with regard to numbers and the eye test. I don't think it's one over the other. I think you use one to corroborate the other. And in this case, I'm the kind of guy, specifically when we're talking about defense, I like to go with the eye test and then go look at the numbers to see if it confirms what I thought about the eye test. And his numbers exceed what I thought when it comes to that eye test. Let's take this play against the Trailblazers, for example. We see Thompson on the help side block, but in most cases, we see players on this help side, they're not really active. They're just standing there waiting for something to come their way. On the other hand, is active both with his eyes, feet, hands, and positioning, and this enables him to be able to cut off the pass to Shaedon Sharpe that Dillon Brooks essentially allowed by playing so close up to the pick and roll action when he didn't need to. We could take another play, this time against the Spurs, where he's showing his defensive IQ by stealing that rotation pass by Victor Wembanyama. We see him drive, and the rim protectors are there to stop Wembanyama at the rim, so the only place to really go is to pass to the corner or the opposite wing, and Thompson has the discipline to stay there, and essentially the steal is just there for his taking. This quickly made offense turn into defense, where we see Thompson push the break, leading the transition, and throwing a lob to a leaping Jalen Green. We even see him do the small little gritty things that get you a win in games, that is face guarding another player's star 94 feet and essentially trying to eliminate them out of the possession. Against the Timberwolves, we saw him late in overtime face guarding Ant, essentially to where Ant wasn't really in the play. Rob Dillingham tried to go get a bucket, and the only reason Anthony Edwards got open and got a pretty good look on this was because Amin thought his team secured the rebound and stayed down for the easy flush, and nevertheless Anthony Edwards missed this shot. And I think that's a testament to Amin not letting him get a rhythm in that offensive possession and even finishing the defensive possession with a rebound of his own. When Amin is on the court, the Rockets allow 10 fewer points per 100 possessions, a difference that places him in the 95th percentile for defensive impact among all NBA players. Opponents shoot just 40% when guarded by Amin, and this is a testament to his ability to not only play great defense, but force tough shots and close out effectively, especially in a league where closing out tends to be a hustle play at this point. Of course, I didn't really want to sit on his defense too much longer because we already know Amin is one of the defensive stalwarts for that team, if not their best defender. The true purpose of this video was really to highlight his real two-way ability and the explosion we've seen from him on the offensive side of the ball. He has an offense that's quietly effective. Whether he's contesting shots at the rim or defending on the perimeter, Amin's versatility sets him apart. His ability to seamlessly switch onto guards, wings, and like I said, even some bigs, make him one of the most adaptable defenders in the league. But now if you can match this with being able to shoot the mid-range, get to the cup and finish above the rim, and have a respectable three-point shot, you now quickly become one of the best two-way players in the league. And I think he can reach the heights of a player like a Kawhi Leonard without the injuries. While his defensive presence is what immediately grabs headlines, his offensive game is quietly developing. Currently, he's averaging 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists, but he's showing flashes on a nightly basis of becoming a reliable offensive weapon. For a second-year player, his efficiency has been solid, particularly as he adapts to the NBA's pace and spacing. I think he's gonna continue to get more comfortable, and that's what's gonna set him apart. But what truly makes his offense special is his playmaking ability. His ability to collapse defenses with his drives and find open teammates is what sets him apart from a lot of other players that we see come into the league with a massive athletic ability. His court vision and decision making are far beyond his years, making him more than just a slasher or scorer. He can be and is a true facilitator for the Rockets offense, and this is a role that he can definitively take over when Fred VanVleet is gone very soon, because if we remember, he has a team option on that last year of his deal. The Rockets could very well say, we're ready to go forward with our young guys. Now, despite this whole video, me saying that Amin needs to develop a little bit more on offense, I don't want to make it seem like he's just a poor offensive player. This isn't just Amin is an elite defensive player and needs to get better at offense. I think he's elite on defense and decent to good on offense, and he's a player that just needs to polish more. But what makes him special is the bridge in both of those abilities. His ability to turn defense into offense, it makes him unique, but the way he does it is even more unique. He steals the ball, he's likely running the break and gonna get a dunk. He blocks a shot, a lot of times he's leading the transition to get transition points. Currently, Thompson ranks in the 90th percentile amongst guards with regard to transition points created per game. With his athleticism, instincts, and developing offensive game, Thompson's ceiling as a two-way player is nearly limitless, and at this point, inevitable. It's not a stretch to say that Thompson has the potential to be one of the best two-way players in the NBA. In comparison to guys like Jrue Holiday and Kawhi Leonard, it might feel and or seem ambitious at the moment, but the foundation is there. The elite defense, the high basketball IQ, and that growing offensive skill set, three things that both of those guys needed to have when they came into the league and did have. I think Amin can definitely reach those levels. At this point, Amin's numbers are already comparable to some of the league's most respected two-way stars when they entered the league. And with continued growth, the potential skill-wise, and the progression as a player, there's no telling just how good he can and will become. I've already stated this before in a way earlier Rockets video, but at this point, it's come to the forefront. The Rockets are building something special, and Thompson is right at the center of it, and his defensive leadership, prowess, and ability to contribute on the offensive end make him an ideal building block for their future. And if this season is any indication, Amin is just scratching the surface of his potential. He's due to become a star in the making. In his rookie year, Amin quickly turned heads, but in his sophomore campaign, he's made people do a complete 180 with regard to how they thought about him. His defensive dominance and all-around potential make him one of the most exciting young players in the NBA. And with him on the team, the Rockets' future looks bright. With Amin leading the way, defensively, we might be witnessing the rise of one of the league's next great two-way stars. At this point in the video, I want to see what you guys think. Do you think Thompson will become one of the best two-way players in the NBA? Or do you believe him to be more like a Jaden McDaniels kind of guy where he can lock up, play pretty good defense, but offensively, the consistency just won't be there? Now, personally, I think Amin can very quickly become a two-way star in this league and even at some point be a guy that has his own team. I've always been high on both of the Thompson twins, but the fact that they're developing even better than what I thought they already would be is an even bigger reason to have a smile on my face and be proud of that estimation in the first place. But for now, I want to know what you guys think. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, it's your boy TB with the greatest hoop stories and debates on the tube. And as always, I am out. Peace.
Broski call me Mr. Get It Gone. He can't leave the house. I told him pass the pack. I sell it for him. Got his back like memory foam. Good at what I do, cause all I am